In the last lecture, we learned how to create documents inside a collection using insert one and insert many method. Now in this lecture, we are going to learn how we can read documents from a collection. For that, we have two methods. We have find method, and using find method, we can query all the documents from a collection. Then we have find one method, and using find one method, we can query a single document from a collection. Now, we have already seen how to work with find method in our previous lectures, but we are going to talk about it in great detail in this lecture. But let's start with find one method. So find one method is used to query a single document from a collection. To this find one method, we can also pass a filter query using which we can filter documents. But find one method will only return the first matching document. Let's try to understand it with an example. So let's go to Mongo shell. And here, let me first go ahead and let me clear the shell. Now, on the DB object, we are going to access the hotels collection, which we want to query. And on that, I'm going to use find one method. Here to this find one method, I'm not passing any argument. So in this case, what this find one method will do is it will return us the first document from the collection. If I press enter, you see it has returned us the first document from the collection. Now, what I can also do is to this find one method, I can also pass a filter query based on which it should filter the documents and then return the first matching document. For that, again, I'll say db.hotels, which is my collection, which I want to query. And on that, again, I'm going to use the find one method. And to this, as the first argument, we can pass a filter query. To pass a filter query, we specify a set of curly braces, and inside that curly braces, we write the condition. So here I want to filter those documents from the collection where the city is Mumbai. Okay, now in our collection, we have multiple documents where the city for the hotel is Mumbai. But since we are using the find one method, it is going to return us the first matching document. If I go ahead and if I run this query, you will see that it has returned us a single document. And this document is the first matching document from the filtered documents where the city is Mumbai. Okay, now if I go ahead and if I use find method instead of find one, so I'll run the same command, and instead of using find one, I'm going to use find method. And now this find method will return us all the matching documents where the city is going to be Mumbai. If I press enter, you'll see that it has returned us a list, it has returned us an array, and in that array we have two documents, and for both of these documents the city is Mumbai, here as well as here. So always remember that find one method will always return you a single document. If you are not passing any filter query to the find one method, it will return you the very first document from the collection. But if you are passing a filter query to the find one method, and with that filter query, if it filter multiple documents, out of those multiple documents, it is always going to return the first matching document. Okay. So remember these 2 points about the find one method. The find one method returns the first document from the collection if no filter query is passed. But if you pass a filter query to the find one method, and if there are multiple documents which matches that filter query, in that case, this find one method is going to return you the first matching document. And if no document is filtered with the filter query, in that case, it is going to return null. Let's also see this. So here, let me go ahead and let me call the find one method again. And here I'll specify the city, let's say Bangalore. So I think we do not have any document, any hotel document where the city is Bangalore. So if I press enter, you see it has returned null because it did not find any document in the hotels collection where the city for the hotel is Bangalore. Then we have find method. We have already seen how this find method works. So basically using this find method, we can query a collection, and this find method returns us a list of documents. If no filter query is passed to this find method, it is going to return us all the documents. But if a filter query is passed, in that case, it is going to return us all the matching documents. Let's see that in action. So let me go ahead and let me clear the shell first. And now on the hotels collection, let's use find method. And to this find method, I'm not passing any argument, any filter query. So in this case, it should return us all the documents from the hotels collection. So find method is always going to return you an array, and in that array, you will have all the documents. So all these documents are returned by this find method. Now, if I want to filter documents and then query them, so for example, let's say I want to filter all the documents where the city is Mumbai. Or maybe I'll filter all the documents where the price is less than 4,000. So that also we can do. So again, for that we can say db.hotels.find. And to this find method, we are going to pass a filter query. So we need to pass an object here. Here, we want to filter the document based on its price. So I'll specify the field name. And now I want to use an operator here. Or first, let's try without using an operator. So what I want is, I want to filter all the documents from the hotels collection where price is equal to 4,500. If I go ahead and if I press enter, this find method, again it is going to return us a list, and in that list we have all the filtered documents. Here we have all the hotel documents where the price is 4,500. Now I can also use operators inside the filter query. So now what I will say is, I want to filter all the documents where the price is less than 5,000. For that, here I have specified the field name, which is price, and in there I'm going to specify another object. This I'm doing because now I want to use MongoDB built-in operator. So I cannot directly use it. So to the field, we are again assigning a document. In that document, we are going to use an operator where I will say, I want to find all those hotels where the price is less than or equal to. So for that, we have the operator LTE, which stands for less than or equal to. And I want to find all those hotels where the price is less than or equal to 5,000. Okay, now if I go ahead and if I run this query, we have an error here. So there is a syntax error. We are missing a closing bracket. Okay, so first we are starting a bracket from here. So we have two opening curly braces. So it should also end with two closing curly braces. Let me go ahead and let me press enter now. And now you will see that this find method has returned us all those documents. It has actually returned us a list, an array. And in that array, we have all the documents where the price is either 5,000 or it is less than 5,000. So all these documents have been returned. So here the price is 5,000, and for all other documents, the price is less than 5,000. So those documents are returned. So in this way, if we want to query multiple documents from a collection based on a given filter criteria, we can use find method. And if we don't pass any filter query to the find method, it will return us all the documents from the collection on which we have called it. So about the find method, you need to remember these 2 points. The find method will return all the documents from the collection if no filter query is passed, and the find method will return all the matching documents from the collection if a filter query is passed. And it will return empty array if no document with the filter criteria is found. Let's also see this in action. So let me first go ahead and clear the shell. And now I want to find all the documents where the price is, let's say, greater than 10,000. So for that, I need to use another operator, which is GTE, which stands for greater than or equal to. And here I want to find all those hotel documents where the price is greater than 10,000. If I go ahead and if I press enter, it has not returned us anything. So here, instead of returning an empty array, it is not returning anything. Basically, remember that this find method, it returns a cursor. And we will talk about it in great detail in one of the coming lectures. But a cursor is like an object which points to a set of documents. Here, since the find method was not able to filter any document where the price is greater than 10,000, it has returned us an empty cursor. And we will talk about cursor in great detail in our coming lectures. Now, let's understand what do we mean by projection when working with find method or findOne method. So basically, projection in MongoDB is a mechanism used to specify which fields of a document should be included or excluded from the result set when performing a query. So it allows you to tailor the output to your specific needs and reduce the amount of data transfer. In simple words, when you are querying a document from a collection, you might not want to query all the fields of that document. You might be interested in certain fields. So what you can do is, using projection, you can tell which fields you want in the result and which fields you don't want. For that, the fields which you don't want in the result, you can set it to false or 0, and the fields which you want in the result, you can set it to true or 1. Let's see this in action. So again, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find all the hotels where the price is less than or equal to 5,000. So this is my filter criteria. After that, I can use a comma and I can specify another set of document. And in this document, I can specify which fields I want in the result. So for example, I want name field in the result. So I can set it to 1, or I can also set it to true, like this. Okay, then I want price in the result. So this also I can set it to 1 or true. And I want city in the result. So this also I can set it to 1 or to true. So now only these three fields will be included in the result along with underscore ID field, and other fields will be ignored. So if I go ahead and if I run this query now, you will see that the result which we have received, there we only have name, price and city property along with this underscore ID property. So by default, even though we have not specified this underscore ID field in the projected document, still it is coming. So this is the default behavior. If you want to exclude this underscore ID field also in the result set, then you have to explicitly set it to false. So here I can go ahead and I can say I don't want underscore ID field in the result. So I'm going to set it to false, or you can set it to 0. And now if I go ahead and if I run the query, now we should not have underscore ID field in the result. So now we only have name, price and city for the documents. What you can also do is, instead of setting these fields to 1, if you want to specify which fields to exclude, so here I am specifying which fields to include in the result. But if you want to specify which fields to exclude, then you can simply go ahead and set them to false or 0. Okay, so here I'm going to set it to 0. This also I'm going to set it to 0, and underscore ID is already false. So now, apart from these fields, other fields will be included in the result set. These fields will be ignored. They will not be included in the result. Other fields apart from name, price, city and underscore ID, they will be included in the result. So if I go ahead and if I run this query, you see, we have received this list in the result. So for some of the fields, we only have name, price, city, and underscore ID. So since we have excluded all of them, that's why for some of the documents, we are seeing empty object and empty document. But I hope you got the concept here. So I hope now you understand what we mean by projection and how to specify which fields to include or exclude in the result. So about the projection, first of all, you need to pass the projection document as the second argument to findOne method or to the find method. And you need to remember that by default, all the fields are included in the result set. So if you don't specify this projection document, in that case, both findOne method and find method is going to include all the fields in the result. And the ID field is included by default unless we explicitly exclude it by setting it to 0 or false. And we can use projection to reduce the amount of data transferred, and it will help us improve the performance of the query. So in this lecture, we learned how we can do read operation on a collection in MongoDB database. For that, we learned about two methods, find method and findOne method. And we also learned how we can project certain fields in the result set. This is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.